All right, problem number 4 of group theory. What is the largest order of an element of the alternating group A9? Okay, the alternating group A9 is the even permutations. Okay, so let's get our proof environment. Go away. Okay, what is the largest element of an order? Okay, so we consider the product of disjoint cycles. Consider the product of disjoint cycles in A9. Okay. We know that the order of a cycle is equal to its length, and the order of disjoint cycles are the order of the product of disjoint cycles is the least common multiple of the lengths of the cycles. Hence, if we have a cycle of order 2 and a cycle of order 14, then, well, they're relatively prime, so their least common multiple is going to be 14. Yeah. But if we have a 3 cycle and a 3 cycle, and I guess we're talking about A9, so again, a third 3 cycle, their least common multiple is just 3. 3 and 6 would be, what is it, 6? Yeah, is the idea. Okay, so we consider the product of disjoint cycles in A9. We know that the order of a cycle is equal to its length, and the order of the product of disjoint cycles is the least common multiple of the lengths of the cycles. Okay, now we want to establish what is an even cycle. So an even permutation is a cycle with odd length, while an odd permutation is a cycle with even length. Okay, and we also know that the product of disjoint cycles are even if there are an even number of cycles. If there are an even number of even length cycles. Okay, that's a lot of even, but let's think about that for a second. The product of disjoint cycles are even if there are an even number of even length cycles. Okay, so if there's an even length cycle, it's an odd cycle. And essentially what I'm saying is that if you add an even number of times, so like an odd number plus an odd number 2 times, then you'll get an even number back, which is certainly an even cycle, is the idea. And we don't have to consider odd length cycles because those are always even, and an even plus an even is always an even, is essentially what's being said there. Okay, so this is the first half of, just establishing what we know about A9 and, the optimal way of getting high orders using disjoint cycles, because we have this LCM property. Okay, so for example, I'll say a 9 cycle. So the cycle looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, has order 9. Maybe I'll say, for example, a 9 cycle has order 9. And what we'll do is we observe that a 3 cycle and a 5 cycle, that says 3 again, but I'll switch that to 5. So 3 cycle and a 5. We observe that a 3 cycle and a 5 cycle, which, by the way, we'll just verify. A 3 cycle is odd length, so it's an even cycle. A 5 cycle is odd length, so it's an even cycle. We have an even number of even cycles. That's even. We observe that I want the product of a 3 cycle and a 5 cycle has order, that is order the least common multiple of 3 and 15, has order 15. Okay, and essentially my claim is that every other element, every other, we'll say permutation, is either smaller, or has either smaller order, or is an odd cycle, So, for example, we can consider a 4 cycle and a 5 cycle has order 20, but a 4 cycle is even and a 4 cycle is odd and a 5 cycle is even, so we have an odd number of even cycles there. So this is odd, and I should be saying the product. The product of a 4 cycle and a 5 cycle has order 20, but is odd, so is not in A9. But we can consider, for example, we also know that the product of a 2 cycle and a 7 cycle will have order 14, which is smaller than 15. And furthermore, other things we consider are 3 cycles. Furthermore, 3 cycles will have 3 cycles. Maybe I'll just combine this. And what else could we have? We could also have 4 2 cycles and 1 spelled cycles wrong. Whoops. That did not fix the issue. 4 and one more element, like 4 2 cycles, like a 2 2 2 2 1. That's 5. Sorry, that's 9 things. So we're good there. 4 2 cycles, and the last thing is free. Not free, but it's like it cycles with itself. Okay. We'll have orders 3 and 2 respectively, which are both clearly less than 15, hence the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And, whoops. Traditionally, people don't write, like, the 9 in. That's what I mean by is free when I said that, but of course that makes no sense in that context. But we already confirmed this is in A9, and it's the largest element, because everything else is either smaller or it's odd, not even.